Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my corner of the world. We are here to react to a video called The Best I Understand It Now Moments. This was uploaded by, I believe his name is JacobThru. Is that right? Yeah, JacobThru. This like randomly appeared in my recommended section, and I just figured, what does he mean by I understand it now? And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to check this out, let's make a reaction out of it. So here we are. Link to the original video will be in the description. Let's check this out.
So as the cannon fired at Poe, he was just looking at it in slow-mo.
Kung Fu Panda 2 was an awesome movie.
And this man really caught a cannon.
Best one out of all of them.
Went back. Now, if you've been on the internet for the past few weeks, you've probably seen the term "I understand it now" being used everywhere, bruh.
I understand it now.
At least out of the first three, I should say.
Basically just
I haven't seen the fourth one yet.
After something happening, bro. Pretty self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? But today, we gonna talk about the best I understand it now moments in fiction, bro. And of course, like a JacobThru video, we gonna rank them on a I understand it scale, bro. And I'm gonna do a tier list for this one. So let's get into it, boy. Now, to start things off, I wanna talk about when Batman had a I understand it now moment. And this one was tough, y'all. And so for starters, my boy Batman was trapped in Bane's secret dungeon.
Yo.
And this man Bane was talking crazy, bro. He was on some, "You are not Batman. You are a whack man." And so Batman didn't take a liking to that and started beating on this man's face. But Bane was low-key just eating every attack he had.
Bane was a threat, and this movie was amazing. I don't care what people say. Tom Hardy's Bane was incredible.
Straight up beat down, dog. Like Batman was getting abused in front of the females, man. Like he didn't get no type of Jordan Poole effect. And Bane was still talking crap, talking about, "They're not on my level. This is my domain." What am I talking about, man? And then to end things off, Bane put Batman over his head like some
backbreaker
and dropped him on his knee, bro. He broke his back, bro. He needed a call life alert or whatever it's called. And then Bane just took his mask and was like, "Oh, I got a new souvenir." Like, I'm not gonna lie, he went out sad right here, bro. Spider-Man would never. I told y'all, this is a Batman I understand it now moment. Cause boy, that next fight they had, my boy Batman was in that mode. So there was like a riot thing going on. I'm not sure the context, but who cares? Cause all you need to know is Batman popped out this smoke mad smooth. Like whole time Bane over here putting in work just farming XP. But little did he know Batman was bout it. So I read Bane got his cool little punches in on Batman, but he wasn't folding so easily. And I know Bane peeped that after this combo Batman hit him with. So after some struggling, Batman really said something.
I understand it now.
And he ended up slicing Bane's mask, knowing he was gonna be in pain without it working properly. And after that, Batman had a field day. He said, "This is that getting back for that back attack you had on me back at that." What the heck did I just say? But yeah, Batman ended up winning the fight. Bane was immobilized, and you know, he really understood it. Where we gonna put him on this tier list? This wasn't too crazy, but hey, this was a good I understand it now moment if you ask me. Let's put this at B.
So I'm assuming when you say I understand it now, it's more like I know how to beat the person now. Like is that like they? I'll keep watching. I'll figure it out.
So for this next moment, we gotta talk about Gojo's iconic I understand it now. And if you haven't watched JJK, don't even worry. I'm gonna give you some context. And so to sum things up, Gojo got pulled up on by this crackhead superhuman monkey. And he had Gojo stressing.
Superhuman monkey is crazy.
Like this, who wouldn't be stressing, dog? So eventually Gojo ended up clearing out the whole fighting area. And he was like, "Hey, maybe Toji ran away or something." But no, that man popped up behind Gojo like the booty warrior going for the kill. And he ended up hitting Gojo with something crazy. A Gordon Ramsay special, slicing this man in the neck, down the chest, bruh. He ain't get a break. And to finish things off, he just stabbed bro in the head, y'all. And after all we saw was Toji smiling over Gojo's dead body. And yeah, Gojo was dead because nobody's surviving this, right? Right?
A few moments later.
About that.
I understand it now.
So Gojo really pulled the biggest comeback I understand it now moment and revived himself, dog. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first seen...
Okay, so I understand it now as like a comeback, like rematch, essentially. Like I was gonna say the protagonist, but that's not necessarily true. The hero in the story gets beat up by the villain in the first fight, but then in the second, they come back like, "Oh, I can beat you now." Okay, I understand now.
was
I
asking
understand
Pat
what this
to get
video
some
means
Kershaw
now.
verse tape.
Okay.
So Toji wasn't ducking the fate again and tried to pack him up for another time. But now Gojo was moving different because he understands it now. And so bro basically ended up flicking a key blast into this man Toji, sending him flying into a wall. And Toji looked up Hornswoggle because this man was just floating in the air, losing his mind. Did I just say Hornswoggle? So Toji tried to turn Gojo into Swiss cheese once again, but he understood that he didn't understand what was going on.
He was on
While
something.
Toji was trying to take Gojo's head off,
Gojo was on
just
something during this.
having an inner monologue on some. I understand it now. It's not simply just a phrase, but it's a lifestyle, a way of being. And this Lord Toji don't understand it like I do. So I must eviscerate his behind. And then just send a goddamn key blast, super key blast goddamn through this man's chest, bro. He left him like that Apple logo. And that was the end of Toji. He should have understood it himself, that he was no match. And I'm not gonna lie, this gotta be an S tier I understand the moment. Bro really got stabbed in the head, stabbed in the chest, down the neck, and still revived himself, bro. Come on. Now for this next moment, we got my boy Po from Kung Fu Panda. And the way he understood it in the second movie should be studied. So Po and the Furious Five put up on this bird Shen, who was about to terrorize the whole nation with this super cannon thing. So they put up on where they were making these things and a whole brawl started. The Furious Five was going crazy. Po was locked in. It was on timing. Although once Po caught Shen one-on-one, Shen started talking about Po's past, and bro basically let down his guard completely. And in that split second, this man Shen jumped back just to reveal a giant cannon aimed at this man, bro. And of course, Po couldn't do anything against the cannon besides put this pot in front of him. But yeah, this man still got sent to the Shadow Realm, dog. And so when Po woke up, he was taken in by this sheep lady, and she ended up telling Po about his past and the past of his people. And it turned out Shen was the reason they all got separated. And Po learning about his past gave him more motivation to understand it. Sorta. Cause when Po pulled back up on Shen with the Furious Five, he ended up getting blasted with the cannon once again, bruh. But this wasn't the end of him. So my boy Po was left alone on this broken piece of the boat. And he was standing face to face with Shen's army and once again another cannon, bruh. And as the cannon was pointed at Po, he got into the smooth stance, closed his eyes, looking like he was about to hit a Kamehameha. So as the cannon fired at Po, he was just looking at it in slow-mo. And then he said the words we was always
this One Piece music.
And this man really caught a cannonball, spun with it, and threw it back. And after this, Shen thought it was a fluke, so he's
No, go back.
This man really caught a cannonball, spun with it, and threw it.
Bro hit him with the finesse and returned it, but then do you see this pose that he hit? You gotta talk about the pose, man.
Back. And after this, Shen thought it was a fluke, so he said, hey, fire some more. But they were not working on this man, Po. He was in the zone of understanding it. So finally, Po caught one last cannonball and decided this was gonna be the end game. And my boy literally started levitating with that John and turned into the goddamn yin and yang symbol. And then he threw that thing back at Shen, eviscerating the whole entire ship, dog. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, because that was legendary, bro. Po was that dude. And you know, for this moment, I'm gonna low-key put it at A, because Po was, I don't know. I just feel like A is where it belongs.
Yeah.
Now, continuing on, my boy Spider-Man be having the coldest
this? Oh, that was so cold.
Mysterio? Maestro? What's his name? So the whole movie, Spider-Man was having trouble with his spider senses, while Mysterio was just messing with this man's whole livelihood. Like, he had bro in a straight genjutsu. I wasn't even sure what was going on or what was real. But fast forward, Spider-Man ended up escaping and preparing for his get back. And so Spider-Man pulled up mad smooth flying on his jet. And when he dropped in, he instantly started getting active, taking out mad drones in the process. And when Mysterio peeped that it was Spider-Man pulling up, he instantly started stressing. He was on the phone like, Spider-Man's here and we're gonna have to end him before he ends me, dude. Bro was really trying to be something. So Mysterio ordered the drones to kill Spider-Man, but you know my boy Tom Holland be moving crazy, and he was weaving like nobody's business. Like, come on, bro, you can't tell me he not raw after seeing this. So one way or another, Spider-Man did some high IQ plays and blasted himself into the bridge Mysterio was in, and then he just punched the mess out of him. But Mysterio ain't let that slide and blasted my man, sending him flying across the ground. And just right after Spider-Man got up, he had to put him in a genjutsu. But this time Spider-Man knew he had to do something else, so he just closed his eyes and said something.
I understand it now.
And then my boy started eviscerating these robots. Mind you, he had no real sight of them. He was in the genjutsu still. And seeing this, Mysterio tried to send all the drones at him, but it was no use, man. My boy Spider-Man was in that mode and he understood he had to handle business. Batman could never. I would say this moment's up there at Poe and A, bruh. He was literally fighting through illusions, gang. Who's doing that? Not Batman. All right, my fault. Let's continue. And as I'm recording, I feel like a character who really displayed all this was Miles Morales. I feel like in both movies, he had some of these moments. Because I remember the first movie, all the other Spider-Man didn't want Miles Morales getting hurt. So they wet bro up and went on the drill without him. But then Miles Morales entered that I understand it now mode and just popped out of it using his electric powers. Consequently giving us some of the coldest montage scenes of all fiction. Bro was moving too swaggy, dog. So super fast forward, it was just Miles versus Kingpin. And Kingpin really built different. He's bald and strong. What you gonna do against that? Hey, but Miles was holding his ground. They was really going blow for blow in this John. But finally, Kingpin started using his ball strength, and he started beating down on
Being
Miles.
built like that is crazy. How do you get around?
Miles was a dog, and he got a willing to fight, and he asked Kingpin a good question. Have you ever heard of I under? And Kingpin was like, what? And then Miles put his hand on his shoulder and said something.
I understand it now.
And then he just sent bro flying into the off switch of the machine that was about to destroy the city. And that's what I'm talking about, Miles, bro. He really gets things done. Even in that second movie, he had his famous "I'm gonna do my own thing." But I talked about that in another video, so I'm not gonna get into that. What we gonna rank Miles? I feel like B would be valid for this one. It wasn't too wild. And for this last I understand it moment, I got Rock Lee versus Gar. And so
bro, this is S tier right here.
Gar, but his sand defenses were way too strong. Bro couldn't even touch him. And everybody was confused on how Rock Lee was gonna stand a chance until my guy was like, Lee, go ahead and show him what I taught you. And so Lee hopped up on this giant statue, revealing he was wearing some ankle weights. And everybody was like, what's taking off some little ankle weights gonna do? And then Lee was just like,
I understand it now.
and when he dropped the weights, the impact looked like Rod Wave doing a cannonball, bro. It was insane. And so right after Rock Lee started moving at the speed of light dang near, he had Gar shook. My boy didn't know what was going on. Until finally he had Gar with the meanest fake out and punched the heck out of this dude. And my boy Gar started tweaking out because he ain't never felt nothing like that before. But Lee was not done, because then he just speed blitzed bro again and kicked him up in the chin so hard he sent him flying into the air. And he continued to defy gravity, just cooking bro. And then he hit him with his iconic move, Primary Lotus. And looking back, bro, Rock Lee used to be trying to kill people with this move, dog. Like head first into the ground while spinning. Come on, dude. These were murder attempts for sure. And after this violation, Gar got kind of serious and started flinging bro around a little bit. But then Rock Lee was like, hey, I'ma up it again. I understand it for a second time. And he opened it.
Oh my god, bro.
And then he started violating Gar even
this
more.
Fight,
he got him stuck in the animation.
You know, best one of the tuning exam, bro.
And I always cover this fight, I feel like. So let's just rank this moment. And you know, I gotta be controversial. I'm putting this moment at a C. Don't at me. Come on.
No. No, that is an S tier moment.
Yo, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed for real. And consider.
No, I enjoyed this though. This was fun.
Subscribe. Come on, gang. Last thing, actually, follow me on Instagram, bro. Y'all DM me, send me a message, whatever, bro. I'm gonna respond, maybe.
Maybe.
5L. God bless y'all. And we
He said I'm gonna respond, maybe. No, this was a cool video though. It took me a little bit to, you know, get on board with what exactly the main like idea of this video was, but once I got there, I was like, oh, okay, I understand it now. But yeah, this was cool. I really like this. If you guys want me to keep coming back to JacobThru, let me know. I wouldn't mind reacting to some more of his stuff if it's got the same vibe. Like he was funny, he was informative, he had that like, he didn't want to get too deep into detail because he wanted to keep the segments short. I respect that. Yeah, I would not mind coming back to this dude at all. But that's going to be it for me with this one. If you guys enjoyed my reaction, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, and I will catch you in my next video. See ya.